Hey guys, I'm here today with Clyde. She is an absolute inspiration. She's teaching young girls to skateboard, and she's not only teaching them to skateboard, but she's teaching them to give the boys a damn good run for their money. What she's doing here seems so special. There's such a sense of community and belonging. These girls seem like a family. How old was you when you started skateboarding?
So I started skateboarding when I was about 9 years old. I did it for a couple of years, but I ended up stopping when I was about 12 just because I didn't progress much. I was a little bit too nervous being at the park by myself, and I didn't have any friends either. But when I got older, about 21, I picked up my board again and thought I'd try it again. So yeah.
What have been the biggest challenges that you've had to face during your skateboarding career?
So far, just when I was a little bit younger, there were a few little dudes that were mean to me. That's my own experience, but I mean, for me, I just found it quite overwhelming to be in an environment where I was the only young girl. Besides that, like, everyone is super supportive and really encouraging, but yeah, that's probably been the only challenge I've faced, is just some people being a bit mean, but besides that, yeah, it's been amazing.
How do you think that skateboarding's helped with your mental health?
So skateboarding has helped my mental health in a lot of ways. I'd definitely say confidence plays a big part of it. So when I had my daughter when I was 19, I got diagnosed with postnatal depression and anxiety. Shortly after, they put me on medication. It's probably about a year after I had my daughter that I decided to start skateboarding again. And as soon as I started skateboarding, I don't know, I felt so happy just being outside and in the sun and getting exercise, and just, especially there's that mental block sometimes with skateboarding, like you go up to something and you're like, I don't know if I can do this, I'm not sure if I can do this, but if you keep trying, you end up getting it eventually. So that works with a lot of things in life too. So for quite a while, I was a little bit anxious about just going out in public. Like, I didn't want to walk around anywhere, but then I realized if I can drop in like an 11-foot ramp, I can go to the supermarket, it's no big deal. And I'm not on my medication anymore, no more.
Do you think you would have set up a skateboard club for the girls to provide a safe environment if you hadn't been bullied yourself?
I don't think I would have, to be honest. I mean, if we're being honest, I'm actually like still a little bit traumatized by my childhood when I was little. Like, for me, growing up at home, it wasn't a very nice place to be, so going to the skate park was my nice place to be. And so when that nice place turned into a horrible place, I don't know, my whole world kind of came crashing down. I didn't know what to do. Like, school ended up being the only place I wanted to be. So yeah, to be honest, I don't think I would have. Like, when I became an adult, I saw this quote and it said, be who you needed when you were younger. And all I thought about was how sad and anxious I used to be, but how much I loved skateboarding. And so when I like refound that passion again when I was older, I was like, I don't know, I could probably start something up where I can get all the young girls together and we can be in the same environment. And then if I see anything go down, then I'm there to also stand up for them as well. And I don't know, them just knowing I'm there changes a lot. So there can be days where I'll just be standing next to them and they'll drop in, but if I'm not next to them, they won't drop in. So it's just a big kind of safety thing. Like, I feel like all their mama bears.
That really is amazing. It's so heartwarming, it's so inspirational. Fair play, like, honestly, it's so, I mean, the first time I came down here and I saw you and all the girls doing that, like, it really touched my heart. It was like really so nice to see. What do you think of Amber's skateboarding classes? What do you like, Amber? Is she nice? Yes. Do you notice any difference in ability between boys and girls? Because I've been and watched you with the girls on the vert ramp at Only Hunger, and that thing is massive. And I don't know if anybody has ever stood on the edge of a vert ramp on a skateboard, but kind of standing there like that with a skateboard thinking, I've got to go down that way, and this thing's vertical. And how young are the girls that are dropping in that ramp? So
the youngest girl that I've seen drop in the vert ramp, 9 years old, and honestly, so that's 11 feet, which is about, I think that's about 3 meters high, but literally for about a meter it's just straight down and then it kind of curves out. So you're right, when you're up there, it's just straight down, and like, it's a big mental thing. So the thing that I've noticed with the girls is they pad up, they've got helmets, elbow pads, knee pads, super cautious, but because of that, they've learned how to fall on all of their protective gear. And I don't see that as much with the young gentlemen wearing the protective gear and the pads. So like, I think what happens is the girls, they learn how to fall, they know that they're safe, so that when they get up on the top of that ramp, they're like, I've done a ramp a little bit smaller than this, but if anything happens, I'll be safe. And because of that mentality, they try and they get it straight away anyway. So it's all about the confidence, I think, and especially when they see the other girls do it, they're like, I got this, easy. Girls get really fired up, eh? It's not like, yay, good job. It's like, oh, she did it, I need to do it now.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It was when I was younger, I never used to wear protective gear, and it took me quite a few like really bad injuries and a bit of maturity to start wearing pads, because I used to care so much about being cool in front of the other boys. And you know, there's something about young boys, and we just want to look cool, and it's really, you know, it's dangerous. I've had some really bad crashes. I haven't actually skated for a year because I actually landed on my elbow really badly, and yeah, so I'm still sort of like getting over that. So it's kind of cool that if they can set a good example as well. How do you think that it benefits the girls from having a club like this where they can come and hang out? And I guess for me, I found that I didn't really fit in anywhere, and I guess for these girls that they don't fit into the normal stereotypes either. Do you think that it helps them having somewhere like this to come and do this sort of activity?
It definitely does. I mean, I see firsthand girls that live in completely opposite sides of Auckland that have met each other at the classes, and now they go and they hang out on the weekend and they go skateboard together. But honestly, it's amazing, because a lot of girls come and they seem really on edge and a little bit scared and anxious, but once they see another little girl do this, like a trick that they want to try, they get so fired up. They're like, if she can do it, I can do it. So they all work together so well. Like half the time I swear I'm just there to clap and be like, woo, because they all kind of thrive off each other.
That's so cool. What would you say to any girl who's thinking about either entering the competition or even taking up skateboarding?
My advice would be just go for it. I mean, I was that little girl once that was like, I really like the look of this, but I don't know if I want to do it. And it did take me probably a year and a half before I even stepped on the board for the first time when I was little. But my advice is start, but don't stop. Like honestly, skateboarding has been the most amazing, rewarding, like, I don't know, life-fulfilling thing that I've ever done in my life. And like, I love coming down here and seeing everyone, and I love seeing the little girls. It's such a community, and there's just a beautiful environment down here as well. So if anyone wants to start, I'd be like, just start. Start and then don't stop, never look back. Wear your pads, be brave, and you got it.